Hello YouTubers and welcome to a new video of Arepas for dinner. So for today's video I'm here with Jen from Prague and we are doing a collab. So we're doing actually two videos. If you want to see part 2 you have to go to Jen's channel. I'm gonna leave a link down below so you can check that out. And we're just gonna be asking each other some questions about our life in Prague, the YouTube life, the YouTuber life in Prague, and all that good stuff.
Are we YouTubers?
I don't know. Are we? Or are you YouTubers? Who's YouTubers? They always say, why do you say hello, YouTubers? And I'm like, I don't know. So one very big question that I have is, as you guys know, I'm already, I'm married with a Czech man, and that's the main reason why we live in Prague. But why do you live in Prague?
I know. Everyone asks and wants to know that because I have an American husband. He has Czech blood. So his great-great-grandfather over 100 years ago came to Nebraska in the United States.
Oh, wow.
But his family doesn't speak any Czech. They didn't really hold on to that heritage so much. But the truth is, we had lived in Asia and it was really exciting. And we thought, why don't we try Europe? And my husband, Hansa, had been here. We call him Hansa. He's John. He had been here once in 1999 for 3 days. And he said it was the most beautiful place he'd ever been.
Oh, wow.
And on that tip, we decided to come.
Oh, that's nice.
And live our entire lives here.
Nice. And you guys think you're going to stay for good?
Yeah, I mean, I never see any reason to go. I've never regretted the decision to come here. When I do travel around Europe, and there's a lot of wonderful places, I go and I think, oh, Amsterdam, I could live on a canal, or Paris, it's so romantic. And by the end of the trip, I'm always quite certain that I made the right choice to move here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So one question I have for you, it comes from my husband. He wants to know when you're going to make us arepas for dinner.
Wow, that's actually something a lot of people has asked me. Okay, the thing with the arepas is that majority of Venezuelans, we have a machine that makes arepas. So when people ask me how you make them or
handmade.
Yeah, I'm always I try to make it. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, go follow me. Yeah. I post a lot there, go follow me. You actually see that I don't have a clue. I made this gigantic arepa that is for family, So yeah, I can cook you guys arepas for dinner, but they're machine arepas.
An invitation. Well done.
But they're all gonna be machine arepas, okay? They're not gonna be handmade. So you guys know I'm crazy about food. So of course I'm gonna be asking a lot about food in this video. So first of all, what's something you really miss from US now that you're living here?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, I'm pretty healthy. I like to eat healthily, but it's always some garbage junk food. There is a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. Oh, no. Ask any United Stater and they will tell you it's just pure chemicals.
So good.
It's so good. And it's awful, but it's delicious. And so
if you grew up eating that.
Yeah. So whenever we come back from America, whenever anyone comes back from America, and if they have any room in their suitcase, boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that's delicious, definitely.
Yeah.
And what's something that you would I know you're not living, but what's something you would completely miss if you go back to the States?
We have good beer in the US, but I love a good Pilsner, and it's not the same in the US. The bottles, there's something different about it. I asked on the brewery tour what is in the bottles, and they didn't give me a straight answer, but it's not the same as tank Pilsner or just Pilsner in a restaurant draft. It's the best.
Yeah. Once you drink beer here, you cannot enjoy a beer anywhere else. It's rather drink water.
It's true. So I'll ask you, what is something that you would really miss if you went back to Venezuela or to Miami?
Yeah, probably, the beer, of course, but I would say the quality of pork. I've never seen pork that tastes and looks like beef. Only here. It's my parents would come here and I would be that's pork. And they would be, no, not all the pork, but especially if you buy it in the towns around Prague, not the one you buy in the supermarket, but if you do the zabijačka yourself, that is the killing of the pig. And wow, those pieces. What's something that you never expected from Czech Republic?
I never expected to be here for 8 years and still struggle to speak Czech on the street. I really just had this idea that I was naturally going to be fluent in
All of
5
us.
years. Clear. I mean, it's a hard language, but like, I got this. No. I make videos in Czech and they take a lot of preparation. They take a lot of grammar checking. I sound like I know what I'm saying. And I do. I wrote it. I practiced it. But when I go out on the street, or even my neighbor, she just speaks a million miles an hour in Czech and she knows that I don't understand her.
You guys speak so fast.
So fast. Even though I've put in a good amount of effort in the last couple years, I'm shocked with how hard it is to learn the language.
I mean, everybody warned us. We just didn't listen.
We didn't listen.
We're good.
We're smart
good
girls.
with languages.
We can do it.
Yeah, no.
What surprised you about the Czech Republic?
Well, probably it was the family dynamics. You see, I'm Venezuelan, but my family is from Spain, from Italy. So the family dynamics in those countries are we're so codependent, all of us. You know, we need like family Sunday dinners, we do birthday parties, Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Nice.
so many things. And when I moved here, I expected the exact same. And it's not. I mean, you guys are much more independent once you're 18. Younger. Who am I kidding? Much younger. But once you're 18, let's say, you start to be like very independent from your parents. You go on your own trips with your friends. Your parents go on their own trips. And it's just like life changes a lot. And you just see your parents kind of like, oh, can you water my plants? And you go and you talk with them. And that's it. There's no like formal Sunday dinner kind of thing. I didn't even know that there was like cultures that didn't have that aspect. Maybe you have it differently. I don't want to generalize, but that's what I've seen with my friends and my family here. This one is about apartments. So we were earlier talking about the differences in between the apartments. She did a video about it. I did a video about it. I think it's a huge topic for us foreigners. Yeah. And I want to ask you, like, what's something that your Czech apartment gives you that you didn't had when you were back in the States?
I live in Prague too, so it's in like the old area where the buildings are over 100 years old, and so there's really high ceilings, a lot of light, and it's just very classic. Now it's crumbling at the seams, like my floor is not even and door handles pull out of their sockets, but it's just kind of beautiful and spacious. And in Los Angeles, you just get these tiny little boxes with no character, and everything's just painted so much that you can't even close the cabinets. Do you know what I mean? Like the paint is so thick because it's just like 50 years of painting every year. So I think the character of the buildings, and I get a workout because I live on the third floor, European third floor, and I don't have a lift. So every time I'm just carrying the dog up and down, and like I get the workout.
My Czech apartment has something that like I had it kind of in Miami, but it was different. That is the type of view that I have. So I live in Nove Butovice, you all know. So you can see from the window so many people walking.
I saw that in one of your videos. That was really cool.
It's so much fun. And I love people watching.
You're just people watching, drinking your coffee.
So much.
I do that too because I live on a fairly busy street. So rather than check the weather in the morning, I'll just check the clothes and see what people are wearing.
Smart.
So I know how to dress for the day.
So I know you're vegetarian. So how easy it is to be vegetarian here in Prague?
Well, okay. So I'm not really vegetarian, and I don't like to put like labels or anything, even though I sort of talk about eating plant-based food. I like to eat fish. It's a little challenging here in Czech Republic. They do have really nice salmon, really good pstra, like some different fishes that are really nice. But it was challenging. I remember the first few restaurants that I would go to, it was just like fried cheese, which is delicious. But, you know, after a while, that's the only thing on the menu. But things have really opened up a lot here. Yeah. There's just a ton of other types of food. Czech restaurants have started to offer like really good salads. I never want to go somewhere and just be like, I don't do that, right?
No, of course.
So if the culture is svičková, then you have to try it. You have to do that. But in general, I eat more like plant-based foods, and there's plenty of options now.
In all the years that you've been here, what's something that you've seen that has improved, I mean, changed in a positive way the most?
Oh, in Prague? Yeah. Oh, so much. Buildings, they're starting to have the money to take off the decay, to clean them, to paint them. So the city is literally going from gray to bright colors. The museum they just finished. It was incredible. I don't know if you remember what it looked like. It was just dark and black.
Yeah.
It almost looked
They
like
had
soot.
to clean it. So wanted to ask you if you guys have a car, if you use it, or like how you move yourself around the city.
Very quickly. No.
Very quickly.
So we didn't have a car for 4 years, and we loved every second, and we loved to brag to our friends at home that we don't have a car. We didn't even miss it. Around Prague, public transportation's perfect. If we traveled outside of Prague, we would we would take the bus or the train, and that was fine. We didn't need it. The truth of it is, my husband started doing a little bit more travel for work, and in order for me to go with him and our dog to go with him, we had to have some way that wasn't like taking a bus with the whole family. Yeah. So we got a nice little used car.
I mean, we have a car because in Venezuela we are like, like in US, you need a car for everything. And in US was exactly like that. So I never knew how to do life without a car. I didn't have a car when I was living in Spain. That was fine, but not fun, but fine. So when we came here, I was like, no, I need a car. Yet sometimes when I do, like, we went to a bachelorette, for example, and you have the option of the train, and that's something I was missing in US so much, because
it's communal and fun.
Yeah.
And you can,
exactly. You can sleep, or you can. Yeah. I remember living in Miami and saying, I want to go to Disney, but I don't want to drive the 4 hours. It's a pain. So it's like, why there's no train?
Yeah.
So I do have a car and I drive a lot. I love driving, so that's something I'm always gonna do. But I'm very happy that there's the option.
Mm-hmm. Did you take a driver's test here? You did. Yes. You went through the whole school.
Yes.
How much did it cost? Do you remember? It's so expensive.
It was horrible. It was 20,000 crowns.
Yeah.
So
almost less, maybe like $800 US.
Yeah, like $800.
$800. I already know how to drive.
Yeah, me too.
And I know how to drive stick shift. If you don't drive a manual car, then that's more lessons to teach you how to do that. Yeah. It's like outrageous. In the US, horrible. It was maybe $100.
Yeah.
And you do it when you're 15.
Exactly. The thing is, I was telling the guy, like, I'm driving since I'm 16. In fact, I have my own car since I'm 17. So I don't have even to share. And I would use it every day since I'm 17.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you need to pass the exam. Of course, the only person who passed the exam that day was me. And the guy was like, congratulations, you're the only one who passed. And I was like, of course.
Wow.
Of course I passed.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about YouTube, because we were talking, I think you've seen it a little bit on my Instagram. Again, follow me. It's hard to take criticism through what you do in YouTube. It's very hard. So I wanted to ask you, how do you deal with criticism, the bad one? Not the people that say, oh, Jan, you should like mention this instead of that. Right. That's fine. But the bad one that is more like, you're stupid.
Right.
Dot.
When it's in the United States, we have something called a compliment sandwich. So you put the bad stuff here, but you put some nice stuff here. I think Czechs will think like, oh, you're being fake. But for me, people are more receptive to criticism when you tell them, I like your video, but here, you did this, and then. So when Czechs give criticism, it's very blunt, it's very direct.
Not everyone.
No. And if people give me constructive criticism and feedback or correct me, that's great, because I love having conversations in the comments.
Yeah, me too.
But I've had it keep me up at night. I've woken up the next morning thinking about a bad comment, and that person probably didn't think of anything about it when they went to bed. I'm shocked. So when there's a troll, we know there's trolls, but when there's a troll in your own country, your own culture, it's very easy to be like, go away.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye. But when you are trying to be someone in a different country and those people criticize you,
it's hard.
And I make a lot of jokes. I make a lot of like poke fun at Americans, poke fun at Czechs. It's a little bit like, I don't know, dark humor, some humor, but it doesn't always translate well. And so I hope the Czech viewers understand and the American viewers understand that I'm never trying to insult them. I'm just trying to use humor to explain something. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have to get better about not taking criticism personally.
I know you guys love both of our channels, because if you're here, it's because you're watching both parts, right?
There's been some suggestions in your comments and my comments.
Yeah, to
together.
do something. Yeah. It's just like when people is like very mean, that puts you off talking about things that you want to be more honest. So at the same time, you have a lot of people telling you, be honest, don't be fake, you know, say what you really think. But at the same time, you have other people that when you do this, they're like, oh, you're so entitled or ugly, or go back to your country.
I've gotten a few of those.
Yeah, those, I mean, I try to focus in the good things. And for the ones who always put the nice comments, thank you very much. Because when you do that, it weighs so much. Or when you respond to the bad ones, it sounds stupid. I don't want you to like hate on anybody hating, but I like when somebody says something very mean and somebody just comments below like, you could be kinder, or you could say that without insulting. Happens a lot on TikTok.
Does it really?
Yeah. On TikTok, every
so
time
you're
somebody
like a
says,
TikTok pro. I made a couple TikTok videos, and then I realized I don't understand what the platform is, and so I'm gonna leave it to the kids. But
it's weird. TikTok is very weird.
I love it because you just speak in Czech, and you're like,
you know me there. Is me speaking Czech. I don't speak Czech, but in TikTok, I'm like a Czech
Czech
person.
is amazing, and
It's so good. I practice a lot to put there. So, well, guys, I think that wraps up this first part. If you want to go see the second part, you have to go to Jen's channel.
Dream Prague.
You are gonna love it. I mean, we talk about everything here. And if you have more questions for us, please let us know down below.
Please
follow her on Instagram as well.
I'm at Jen Dream Prague on Instagram. And
I'm gonna put it here so you guys can look us up there and
follow us around Prague.
Yes, we post a lot. We do a lot of things. We're fun to follow. Come on, you can see my breakfast every morning. What better way to wake up than see my eggs with spinach every morning? Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.